live.
I thought we said no drinking on the podcast.
That's not a rule. That's a man with an apple in his mouth. Greg said that. Welcome to the Rad DudeCast. My name, of course, is Brendan Ayer, a.k.a. Dickie Dander. I put an orange T-shirt over my ring light today. If some of you are wondering, what is this, a haunted house? No, fuck you. Anyway, I'm here with a couple of my main aces. Anthony DeVito.
What's up? What's up, America?
And the one and only Greg Stone.
I'm not saying a word until I get my check. You better send me my goddamn check. You know who you are. You know.
That's fun to walk into any business and say,
give me my goddamn money. Give me my goddamn money. Where's my goddamn money?
That's what one of Mystery's pickup line moves was. You walk into any room and you go, I'm not leaving here till I get my check. Every head in that place will turn.
It was literally one of his only two pickup moves. Three. It was
3 points.
Demand a check.
Yes.
Wear a Dr. Seuss hat and ski goggles.
Yeah.
And no woman will deny you.
Now, let me tell you this.
And then be mean to a woman, but kind of nice.
Yeah.
You're too fat to marry, but somebody will do it. Maybe it'll be me.
Yeah.
If you think there wasn't 100 comedy clubs that didn't try to open up after Jerry Maguire that were called Show Me the Funny, then you don't know anything. You don't know anything about how this business works.
You don't know a goddamn thing.
Show me the funny. There's a lot of managers. I'm saying that. We're saying that to their comedians. Show me the funny. I'll get you a job.
There's a lot of road comedians who were like, you can't name your album Show Me the Funny. Mitzi the plumber's already doing it.
Yeah. A couple orders of business. I think, first of all, all three of us would like to have some commentary. The fucking $10 and $15 live show that occurred last Friday night. If you are not a Patreon subscriber at that tier, talk to someone who is, because it was so fun. It was 2 hours plus of just fan interaction, pure unadulterated Rad DudeCast.
Talk to your financial advisor. Talk to your financial advisor. See how you can get in on this $10 to $15 Patreon. Okay, talk to who you got to talk to. Ask for your birthday this year.
Here at the Rad DudeCast, we've linked up with E-Trade. We're providing brokers for everybody. So talk to them. You're aforementioned assigned broker, and they'll guide you through how to get $5 extra to be a part of a live monthly experience.
10, Anthony, because one of our Mike Hansen, huge, I love that guy, sweet guy, always commenting. He was like, so I guess the $5 guys should go fuck ourselves because it's for the 10 and 15 people only.
Well, what I meant was, the broker
ballers only.
He can only help you out with $5. That's all. These guys aren't very good. These aren't the top of the line dogs from E-Trade. This is a bottom of the barrel.
Well,
most they can do is a $5 split.
I've got pie on my face because here I find you brokered a nice advertisement deal with E-Trade. I got a thing going with Acorns. I got a prime Acorn advertisement. I talked to Kuchar himself, and this podcast is now sponsored by Acorns.
So you're telling me I don't talk to you for a week and you become some kind of squirrel?
Yeah. Yeah,
this guy's working so dim with the tree people.
Yeah.
Who are these people? Sorry, I got too much goodness today. I've been listening to Kenny Rogers. I've been listening to a sexual playlist all morning, and I am fired up, man. Fired up. But let's get back to that live one, huh? I didn't mean to cut you off, Brendan.
Brendan, did you tell these people what the podcast is about yet?
Oh, well, I'm going to do that, but I do just want to hammer home. Like, I think we were all three of us were like, optimistic, but cautiously optimistic. Like, I wasn't quite sure. We've done one in the past. It was a blast. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to go. Everyone in there had a fucking phenomenal time. We had big name dropping guests. I'm talking Dan Shacky. You all know him. Household name. I mean, Shaq.
You know him from Friday Night Greg.
Yeah. And then Joey Southside, lead singer of the Banner. He was there. It was fucking
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks had a heart. He stopped in and didn't get to talk for a while.
That's how hot things were in there. Jar Jar Binks.
Wouldn't let Jar Jar.
Jar Jar wouldn't have let a lot of word in.
I literally had to leave at the 2+ hour mark. I had to leave and just left the ship in the capable hands of Anthony and Greg. And let me tell you something. Let me pay some compliments where compliments are due. At the start of that thing, I noticed, well, Anthony's getting in a little heavy on the bubbly. Greg has mentioned he's 3 edibles deep. And so that first 5-10 minutes, I was a little concerned. I said, are they going to hold it together? And let me tell you, more than hold it together, you held it over the top. It was fucking phenomenal. And Greg was worried he was...
Can be made that I did not hold it together, but maybe that's why you want to listen.
Yeah,
arguments could be made.
Yeah, I could say the same about myself. Turns out champagne is a big bottle.
Yeah,
I'm sick because of it 3 days later.
Boy, that is what happened. That's why you get sick. Your health insurance.
Well, sure. Well, I slept 2 hours after that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you sleep the whole day away? I
couldn't. I had too much on my plate. I'm a part of the Big Brother program.
I know. All these little kids, what are they going to do? I've never heard of a guy doing 50 little brothers before. You've got pretty much a 3rd grade class that you try to do every week with that bus and that rope. You rope them together and you walk them down the block. The tours. You do so much.
Yeah. I do a lot for the needy. Yeah. Now he does. So I guess all I would say is, look, man, we don't want anyone who can't swing it to swing it. That's not what we're here to do. But it's not just a normal live episode. I mean, this thing was a 2+ hour extravaganza. So we hope you can make it next month because it was a blast.
It's so funny. Someone was messaging me about that because someone was like, man, I don't do the 10. And I was like, look, man, maybe I can try to, maybe I should try to get people in. I don't know. And I was talking to one of our fans who was like, they were just like, look, man, would someone show up to a comedy club and be like, I don't have any money for this ticket. Can you just let me in? And it's like, yeah, I understand. Like, I want to do everything for everyone, but I have to stop beating myself up over, I really beat myself up over not being able to give everybody everything for free. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Is that weird?
I feel,
especially not in the country we live in with lax gun laws and banks everywhere.
Right, man.
That's on you, my man.
I just want a taste. And I watch a lot of Sopranos. I just want a little taste, taste of the good life.
Oh no,
that's the thing. And I've said it before because banks, they've really kept up with security. But man, they got I said it on this podcast before. You go to Tarrytown, New York, go to the old Rockefeller estate. They got a goddamn $100 million worth of art in the basement of that thing, guarded by a park ranger. Make a trip there. Think outside the banks. You know what I mean?
Right.
These guys, they've got security top level, but rob a Dave and Buster's, what are they doing? And they also probably got a lot of cash in there.
Make friends with someone who's also a Rad DudeCast fan, and maybe you guys, you do the live event. You can get as many. You get one invite, but you give 100 people over at your house. You know what I mean?
Sure,
that's a bunch of people. Just get a bunch of make it a big party. Rad DudeCast live party.
Yeah, now's the time with the pandemic in full swing. Create a super spreader event in our name, please.
I didn't even think about that. Not even for a second. That coming to my mind. But you're absolutely right. Do a mono party. Let's bring mono parties back where everyone gets mono.
Mono made me so sad. I was the only kid who never got it.
Mono. I would have given it to you.
I bet you would have, but that's a tree I didn't want to climb.
What's up, Brendan?
I just inquiring about your wording there because about bringing them back because I was familiar with chicken pox parties, but I don't recall mono parties being a known thing.
Yes, you're wrong. You've lived a life that I feel so sad about. When I was in 3rd grade, we used to have these people. They were
church boy.
Right, 3rd grade swinger parties. And they were all it was a bunch of kids. We'd all hang out together and we'd all do the kissy game where it was kind of like a Human Centipede, but it wasn't mouth to butthole. We were kids. We would do back of head to front of head. So everyone would kiss the back of everyone's head and we would do a full circle. And then you go switch. And then everyone switches and you turn your head and then everyone goes, you either go lip to lip or back to head.
No.
And everyone would get mono.
Mike, we need a diagram here because as far as I can tell, the switch would just make everyone would be lip to back of head. Then you switch, then your lips are on someone else's back of head.
Right, but it depends on how fast everyone is. So some kids who are slower, you catch a lip.
Yeah.
You catch a couple of lips. And this is what really taught everybody how to be more like, I was in the forefront of sexual fluidity, right? Because we were out there teaching kids in the 3rd grade. Gay doesn't exist. Straight doesn't exist. Mouths exist, and mouths need to meet like a mouth should meet like when the Rangers win the pennant. You go to the president's house and you meet the president, and that's what lips need to do. They need to meet the president, but everybody's a president.
There's only all there is in this world are holes and things to put in them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We live in an outlet world.
Yeah.
So everything's an outlet.
I do love the idea of that's how you teach kids about sexuality. There's no gay, there's no straight, there's just mouths.
It's just mouths. And mouths need to meet.
Anything more disgusting.
There's different types of wet holes. And one's a butthole and one's a mouth. And some eye lips. I'm not kissing a girl in the eyes. My wife gets so mad when I do that. But I like to kiss her right in the eyes. Yeah. Right in the eyeball. And she's like, I get nothing from this. I said, no one gets anything from this. But we're doing it.
What?
Anyway.
Brendan, tell the people, because I don't know, if people have never listened to the podcast, let them know what
this man, is about. New listener. Good to meet
11
you.
11 minutes in, new record.
Good to meet you. I'm Brendan. That's Greg. That's Anthony. Here's what we do. We're just 3 stand-up comedians that knock around a couple of topics of the day or whatever comes our way that piques our interest. And we riff. We're riff kings. We're like Joel Riff Kings. That's a Joel Rifkin pun. I think he's a top Hollywood producer, so hopefully that gets us somewhere. Anyway, on the docket for today, Greg has got some absolutely stunning developments in dog cloning. You heard me right. You fucking heard me right. Don't try and clean out your ears. They're cloning dogs, and Greg's got the inside dirt. And then that should probably take up most of the episode, but if not, we may go over the 50 greatest albums of all time. Who knows?
Yeah, plus I'll make something up.
Yeah.
Sure. Anthony's got something. This was all in the text thread, Anthony.
No, I know. I'm aware. I read the article. I did a little bit of research on dog cloning. I've got a half an idea cooked up.
Sure, but before we do, can I please get into what is more bleeding out of my ears?
Yes, please. Tell us what your most pressing medical condition.
Please tell us what you've so accurately described with a known phrase.
Yeah, this is coming out of my eyes like tears and blood. Cannibalism. I've been talking about it.
Oh yes, we did.
I've been thinking about this all week.
Yes.
This whole thing of cannibalism is bullshit. Everyone's saying cannibalism is you eat a person, but I don't know. But when is cannibalism cannibalism? Is me eating my own fingernails? Is that self-cannibalism? You know what I mean? What is cannibalism? I want to be, we're all a little bit cannibal. I don't know if a person's alive, is it cannibalism? They dead? What do they have to be? What are your rules on cannibalism?
So all great questions. Greg and I were talking about this, and it's like, what about swallowing cum? Does that make you the ultimate cannibal? You just ate, however many million potential people. So I would say, to play devil's advocate here, and then I'd say we proceed from here. I would say the definition of cannibalism to me is probably any of the living parts of a human. I don't believe hair or fingernails are living. I think or earwax or boogers.
If you die, your fingernails continue to grow. So then if you cut a finger off, why is that not living? You know what I mean?
Great point. Well,
it's
now
a part
my
of the
definition's
body.
Thrown off. Yep.
A part of the body.
What about you can't eat anything because fingernails regenerate themselves, right? So you can eat a fingernail, but then these fingernails are going to grow back on the person. If you eat a guy's finger, the finger's not going to grow back. So my definition falls along the lines of regeneration.
That's
All right.
wonderful. That's one.
So
a wonderful
drinking
definition.
tears would not be. I like to drink the tears of the.
I don't count it as cannibalism. No, I
That's not
call it a
cannibalism.
happy Valentine's Day.
Well, there's only one. I think there's only one potential crack in your because I like your definition, Anthony.
Mm.
The one thing that I think might be questionable is a blood drinker. You know what I mean? Because blood regenerates, certainly, and
Well, that's a
obviously
vampiro.
It's not cannibalism if you don't chew. Did you say vampiro?
He said vampiro. Yes.
Oh, it's a vampiro.
No, I was thinking of. I thought you were talking of Jenny. Who's that judge? Judge Piro.
Janine Pirro.
Janine Pirro.
We can't rule her out as a possible vampiro herself.
She does not taste good. She probably tastes like an old bat. Like a fried bat. That's what I think she tastes like, a bat wing. Her whole face is too crisp to eat.
She's got a crisp face. A lot of Fox News anchors have a crisp face.
Right. Like it's like the top of a pudding, like the pudding.
The skin.
It's pudding skin, except it's much more like leather.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's all cannibalism. Go ahead, Brendan.
But Brendan, please go a little bit further on the blood drinking and the.
Well, I just think, obviously, mythically, you're a vampire, or
Right.
Otherwise known as a vampiro, a Janine vampiro. I think that although blood regenerates, I'm on board with everything you said. I think hair, fingernails, boogers, earwax, none of that makes you a cannibal, right?
Right.
I do think if a guy was into drinking human blood, because I don't believe in vampires, I'd say you're some kind of cannibal. Like
You're a freak for sure.
You're certainly a freak, without
Right.
question. Yeah,
You're a freak.
Yeah.
Easily.
Man, I'll tell you who you are. You're Tom Brady. Cha-ching. Ask
Brady
me that. DM me about it. What?
How about I call you out? Let me call you out on the. Let me call you out on the big chair.
Yeah.
Anthony, you're on the big chair. What the hell are you talking about?
Good to be, here,
Tom,
on
I'm
the,
not
big-
in
good to be here on
sports.
the big chair. Oh, it's so large, though. I'm a little uneasy. But let's go ahead. Sorry.
You're on the big chair, man. Is Tom Brady drinking blood? Why do you say that? I don't know about that. I'm on sports.
Come on. 46 years old, 9 Super Bowls. Give me a break, America.
There is nothing better than saying that and then taking a nice swig of coffee the way you did. That looked like, give me a break, America. Well, I'm done.
I don't consider the blood drinkers cannibals. I think it's got to be chewing. I think chewing has to be involved to be a
I
cannibal.
agree. Yes.
If you think I can't take down a nice, tender cut, small of butt meat without chewing, then you're crazy. I'll swallow that like a
but you're
melting
using your
piece of
teeth.
Kobe beef.
You're using teeth, though. The teeth has to, because to me, werewolves can eat people, but vampires don't really eat people unless they eat the people, right? When they just drink their blood, we don't consider them cannibals.
right.
Well, also they're eating vampire. I think that escalates you to a different level. You're no longer a human. But I think drinking blood is borderline. We'd have to get Mycicle to really look that up in the cannibal dictionary.
Well, I bet that, because, vampires, they think of themselves as a little self-important and a little highfalutin. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I bet if you
Always.
call a vampire a cannibal, that's a big no-no. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, they're like, look, I'm a savage animal. All right.
exactly.
I'm a debutante blood drinker. I got a puffy shirt on. Everything's candlelit here. Okay.
Mhm.
You know how many books I've read?
Yeah.
A lot.
Let me say this about vampires too. I don't know if we brought this up last time we were going deep dives on vampires,
Yeah.
but you always get them caught in like the 1940s outfits. You never get
Right.
vampires who were made in the 80s who were stuck with fanny packs and members only
Yeah,
jackets. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like those 80s vampires, do they go, fuck it, I'm going to do the 1800 clothes? Or do they go, nah, man, I was, I'm doing white blazer and Corvette.
It's the exact same fucking thing. It's an excellent point, and I don't know if you know, the legislature passed in 1876 worldwide. They said vampires and ghosts, you're locked in. Wardrobe
when you die?
locked in. From no advancements in wardrobe.
Oh, I
From here on out, this is the deadline. We need to be able to identify you
Like
when
the
we
Amish.
see you going forward, like the Amish. Yes. So that's why you never see a ghost
Yeah.
with a skateboard. It's the same thing.
Well, I think for the spook factor too. You know what I mean? Because I think
high level spook factor.
High level spook factor. I think when you die, another ghost, like, you know, because the ghost will come out and be like, I'm gonna haunt this house in my members only jacket and my Umbros, and then another ghost will be like, these people are gonna laugh at you.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get anything done as a ghost. These people are gonna they're gonna parade you around at dinner parties, tempt you with little bits of bread to make you come out and do a show for them. Yeah, let's hook you up with a bunch of iron chains.
A vampire isn't going to lure you into their house to get their blood sucked in Jenko jeans and a chain wallet. And a 311 t-shirt and a bowl cut. You know, it's like, you're not letting that guy in. You got to ask him to come in, and they're not letting that guy in.
Great point. If we could circle back to Mystery for a second, if you learned anything from him, you got to stand out. You know?
So you yay or nay? Sorry, go ahead, Brendo.
I was just going to add white Oakleys to your description. That's it.
No, that was good.
That was worth it.
I thought I'd put a cap on that outfit, you know, although white Oakleys seem to top off the whole thing.
For a while in our life, it was cool to look like an outfielder. Very strange.
But this is a sidetrack, but one of my favorite things in the world, and I think it's kind of died out now, I think, but there was a time like 5 to 10 years ago where every single Major League Baseball player wore some sort of magnet necklace. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
that
I don't know about this.
Oh my!
You'll love this.
They were convinced it was this like performance enhancing necklace. Literally every guy in the league had these bizarre magnet necklaces,
like crystal kind of thing, like a crystal.
Yeah.
A crystal for
Mike,
men.
Can you pull up a picture of that?
Crystal for men.
Yeah. It spread like wildfire throughout Major League Baseball.
Like wildfire. Yeah. Every guy. And I think what happened was enough guys had them that like other guys were like, this is probably bullshit, but just in case, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I bet, like, I don't want to be left behind in case this magnet performance improving technology.
Can I say this? This is why you got to bring steroids back in baseball. You take those away, these guys are still going to try to look for the upper hand, but they're going to do it in so much of a goofier way that does nothing.
The baseball commission is just kind of like, are we outlawing magnets? I mean, Barry Bonds at a 500. It could be the magnet. I don't know. It's there's no science behind any of this, but the guy's having a great fucking year.
This guy's got 30 magnets on him.
Well, the other thing goes, well, is there metal in the baseball? Because if there's metal in the baseball, we got to outlaw magnets, because that's clearly he's doing a lot more catches. But if there's not, then, you know, I think we can just let him slide with the magnets. I also think you should outlaw crosses. You shouldn't be able to wear a cross because then you're just like, well, you're getting a little help from God, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you're asking for a little, like, hey, let me get a strikeout, Jesus on the cross.
Totally. Well, these people take the upper hand wherever they could get it. You got a magnet going. You got God on your side. You're chocked full of steroids.
Players don't say that enough. They don't go, why are we going to win the pennant? Because we got God on our side. It's like the Yankees are just like, what? Yeah, man, you are the devil team.
Also, this tub of illegal creatine.
Yeah, that's such a funny defense. If like the people, if Barry Bonds was ever like, everyone's always coming at me about the steroids. No one ever talks about the magnet necklace. And if you ask me, that was doing the heavy lifting. Okay. Sure, I took some steroids, but man, that magnet necklace, I paid $3,000.
Yeah, he's got to wheel out some magnet scientist expert to bolster his lie.
Yeah.
So studies show 112 magnets is equal to 1 drop of steroid.
Yeah. I just had this crazy image in my head of some like super fan in the like right field with one of those giant U-shaped magnets trying to draw the ball his way as there's like a home run. He's like, just kind of hold it up. Nah, man, that's not a leather magnet. I wish you could get a leather magnet. That's how I'll get my dates.
You could get a leather covered. A magnet that attracts leather.
Yeah, like a magnet, a leather to leather magnet, you know? So when I get some guy from Kiss walking down the block, I can just pull it out and he'll get stuck to the fence.
I actually have a leather magnet.
What's it called?
It's called a bottle of Drakkar Noir.
That'll work.
Yeah, every time you spray a little spritz of that on, men, women, cows, they come running. Leather of all form.
You're gonna get a couple cows, and you're gonna have to deal with that too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: every leather.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do real quick, just to close, just to put a little bow on this. I feel as though every pair of leather pants should have a little clear cup at the bottom to collect all the sweat that you get from wearing leather pants, and then you drink it, and you're a cannibal. Just bring it back.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say. Where do we end up with the blood drinking in terms of cannibalism?
Greg says no. Greg says no. I mean, I guess I have to say no because I'll tell you what, it's tough to clip a baby's nails, right? I clipped Eliza's nails the other night.
Sure.
Get a cut on her.
Already? First clip?
Oh, you got to clip right away, but brother, these things, their nails grow like wildfire, A, and B, they don't know what they're doing. They go to sleep and just scratch their face like a goddamn Wolverine. And they don't know. They're mad about it and they keep doing it. There's no sense to these people.
My sister showed me a picture of her new baby, Augie, beautiful new nephew, and he had cuts all over his face.
That's it.
And I go, Monica, what is going on with this baby? And she was like, he scratched himself. And I was like, that's not a thing. And she was like, no, it is. And then she like told me that it was real. And I was like, I was already on the last one of this 911 call to have you arrested for beating this baby. So thank God you sent me that article. But it's a thing. They just like rip their own faces apart like Deadpool.
And that would be an interesting observation in and of itself. But the fact that they do it, hate it, but continue to do it. They'll be mad about it literally while they're doing it. They can't put together, their brains cannot put together that the pain in their faces is related to their hand smashing their face. They don't make that leap.
They have to learn everything. They have to learn that cause and effect. It's crazy the things you have to learn. I'm still learning as an adult. You know what I mean? I don't like this chair I'm in. I haven't gotten a new one yet. I haven't learned.
Sure. But what I was getting at with that story is it is difficult to clip their nails. Some parents actually just bite babies' nails off, which is kind of gross. I'll
probably go that route.
Yeah, it's
cannibalism.
It is easier. But so I'm clipping her nails. I cut her a little bit, and just out of parental instinct, I immediately just stuck her finger in my mouth for the blood because I didn't have a cloth. So I guess I drank blood in that instance. So I'm going to go with Greg, not cannibalism.
You got to cauterize those. That's what I would do. Don't put it in your mouth. You grab a lighter. Lighter and you sizzle it up. I would do.
Can't take any chances.
Cauterize it like a milk, like you're in Vegas.
That went from like Vietnam. There was wars bouncing around in there, and it ended on Vegas.
Yeah, not Vegas.
Well, Greg's talking about Vegas, which is a different. It's a Vietnam-based Las Vegas.
Yeah, they just opened up.
Yeah, they just opened.
You know, I mean, there was a Paris place, and now there's Vietnam.
Viet Vegas.
I love how a guy. I mean, I don't love this, but it's crazy how a guy just posted up in a hotel room with a 50 caliber machine gun and gunned down a fucking crowd at a concert in Vegas. And it's like, that's one of the minor ones. We don't even have a name for that one. You know what I mean? We don't even have a name for that one.
What, the massacre, the Vegas shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called the Vegas shooting. You know why he did it, right? The rest of
them get more definitive names.
Well, like Columbine?
Yeah.
They just go with the Newtown. They just say the name of the place.
But Vegas is too big of a place. That would be like saying 9/11 was, you remember, New York.
Right.
Yeah. Those places, this is going to sound cruel, but, they're a one act, you know what I mean? They're one trick pony is not the way to put it.
Right.
But, that's their claim to fame. Vegas has got a lot going on. It can't, you know what I mean?
New York, I mean, like you got to call it 9/11 because not a lot of things happened on 9/11. You can't call it New York because King Kong attacked New York. And that was a much crazier thing to happen. Are you talking about the giant gorilla that climbed the Chrysler building? Because that's a little bit wilder. Van Wilder.
Yeah, man, you're in it today.
It's great. I've been listening to Kenny Rogers and Lionel Richie all morning, and I feel too great.
It's good, man. Perfect.
Tell me how to win your heart. It's a great song. Anyway, we can move on.
We don't need to. We can do whatever we must.
No, not at all. I'm having a great time. I'm a little slow in the uptake because I don't feel so well. But I'm in it, man.
What are you doing apple cider vinegar wise?
I used to put it in my hair and then it smelled too bad, so I stopped doing that. But that was years ago.
Worthless. Take a shot of it every morning.
I would argue yes. Yes, worthless. I don't know that you needed to say that. You just took one of Anthony's crazy things, like, that'll never work. It was like, yeah, he just said he put apple cider vinegar in her hair, and you went, that'll never. Yeah, no one told him to do that. I bet it was a spill.
I'm not sure why I did it either. I have a real memory of, there's about a week in my life where I think I shampooed with apple cider vinegar, and
Yeah.
I stunk more than usual.
Every time you ever see something on a package that says, like, don't put this in your mouth, they were all written for, like, Anthony's people. Not Anthony, but Anthony's people.
Yeah,
You know,
Anthony
like,
types,
like,
yeah.
hey, I'll put this silicone in my ears. And they're just like, not in your ears, pal. No diving.
The adventurers. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't rule it out that I maybe was Magellan.
Man, that's a really
I
good
rule
question.
it out. That you were Magellan. Yes, I ruled that out. I ruled that out without any discussion.
Well,
Yeah,
okay. Well, tell me why.
I don't believe in reincarnation. If I did,
well.
I feel like Magellan. I mean, I guess you could fucking be Magellan. I don't. Now that you make me
We're all
talk it out,
Magellan.
maybe you were Magellan. Yeah, I don't know.
If we're getting real, and Greg will get real, reincarnation is real. It's 1000% real because we're all just returning back to the dirt and we all grow into new life form. We're all stardust recycled, bro. So Anthony's a little Magellan, right? I'm a little lizard from Florida, the little kid brought on a plane and buried in his backyard. Brennan, you're the hair monster that no one even found. It's not even in the books, but it existed. It was a giant hair monster. But you're him. We're all that.
What's the story of the little kid who brought the lizard on the plane just to bury it in Florida?
No, he came back from Florida and he grabbed the lizard, even though his mom was like, they stay here. And he went, this is a free lizard state.
Yeah.
I am grabbing, you got to pay for lizards in New Jersey. So he thought as a kid he could bring all the lizards back,
Yeah.
but he could only catch one. Brought it back home. Doesn't know. You can't feed a lizard iceberg lettuce. There's no nutrients in that. So it died. Yes, Brendan.
Checked bag or carried it?
In his hood. He snuck it in his hood.
Smart.
They don't
let it breathe. Yeah.
You just had to, like, you just kind of put in your hood and you do a wraparound and then people think it's your neck pillow. And that'll also, the lizards do not enjoy that. I will tell you a fun fact. This is just a one for the road. My old friend Jose used to live in Puerto Rico, and one of my favorite things he used to do, and you would tell me, he goes, in Puerto Rico, we used to grab the lizards, and then you flick their fingers, and they bite your ears, and you wear the lizards as earrings. And it's 100% true we would do that, and I've never been more jealous of an immigrant in my life. You get to be from somewhere that has crazy things. That's the best about being an immigrant.
Yeah, it should be known that Greg is working on Hamilton 2. It's going to be all about these small things that immigrants.
I feel like I'm cutting off Brendan too much, and I feel like Anthony is sick, and I also feel like Brendan is tired. Am I doing too much? Should I slow down?
Why, man? You want me to step it up? I feel great. I thought you're doing great. Am I not contributing? Am I not contributing?
This is not about contribution.
Okay.
This is about me feeling like I'm cutting you off too much.
No, not at all. But if you need me to contribute more, say so, and I will. There will be an outpouring because,
My problem is I never need more contributing. My problem is I don't stop talking, and I need to know when to hit the brakes.
That is not a problem.
Pedal to the metal, man. Go for it.
Full swing.
Let me ask you something. Did that ever stop Johnny Cochran
from
being the greatest?
Right.
The guy, all he did was talk until you had to agree with him. You know what I mean? It was
him to leave.
The ultimate filibuster.
Get out of my house.
Yeah. He was he just come up with rhymes. Nothing he said made sense, but it didn't matter. The guy had charisma.
Wouldn't it have been great if Johnny Cochran was working for the forces of good instead? Instead of just OJ?
Yeah.
Did he work for the forces of good? Did he ever get something that helped anyone, or was it just OJ?
I mean, well, here's the thing. Here's the argument to be made. Now, we do have
we have so much to get to. I'm sorry.
Unjust legal system in our country, in that your defense, the quality of your defense is based on how much money you have. So that is a problem. But my argument, I guess, for Johnny Cochran doing good would be that under our laws, no matter what you did, you are entitled to a fair and quality defense. So Johnny Cochran being a defense attorney, yes, he represented some horrible people, but those people deserve to be deserve representation. My problem is, he represented Amadou Diallo. They shoved a broomstick up his ass, so that was good.
Abner
Louima.
I think it was a plunger.
Yeah, I guess I had a different guy. Who's Amadou?
No, I would try that. Yeah, that's a thing that look, if forced upon you is terrible, right? Getting a plumber stick in your butthole. Yeah. If forced upon you is terrible. But I'll tell you, I thought about it.
Well, my problem with that, I don't mind the size.
I don't think they brought him in there for that.
No, I know. I just think it sucks that ultimate pleasures can also be used for ultimate horribleness.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You suck a guy's dick off. It's horrible. It's great. You know what I mean? It sucks when people use the ultimate pleasures for ultimate villainy. You know, it's like when He-Man went bad and he was blue. It's not good. I feel as though maybe I've went too far.
No, I'm literally
actually say you didn't go far enough.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the He-Man being blue connection.
Technically, we made one called The Faker. It's a whole thing for my nerds out there. But I'm saying when someone goes bad, you know, it's like it's not good. Right. You're using the ultimate good for the ultimate bad.
If I could say what happened here on my end, I got caught into a mental sort of whirlpool, if you will, sucked down into kind of trying to wrap my mind around sucking someone's dick off, you know, and that's what happened because I know what you meant, and it is horrible, but I was also thinking like, what would how much power would it take to literally suck someone's dick off? And I don't think a human could do it. I think you need an apparatus of some sort. I don't think there's any human on earth without using teeth that could. I mean, sure, I could bite someone's dick off. That's not crazy. But I imagine it would be a little tougher than you think. I think you'd have to really gnaw at it. But go ahead.
Do you know what I think we need to do? Because here's a problem here. That Abner thing came up. And I jumped too quick into the trying to be funny, right? What you need is a palate cleanser. You know, you need, like, Tita likes to eat an orange before she does dessert because it'll cleanse the palate. You know what I mean? I think we need to start selling comedians oranges so that they go, you're talking about 9/11, right? And we eat an orange and you get right into the jokes, right? Because it's like it can't go directly from this absolutely. Because if you stop to think about that news story, horrific, and you don't want to spend any time there. So my mind goes, let's just get us into sex talk, right? But I jumped too quick. You jump too quick into, I'll stick a broomstick up my ass, right? And then people just go, he's not treating him fairly. Like, well, this is the Rad DudeCast, so I don't know what to tell you.
Why? Can I ask, why were we talking about it again?
Did Johnny Cochran ever do anything good? And then it turns out he represented. Yeah,
that is good for him.
Abner Louima. Okay, right.
Well, it is good, but you don't know. I mean, with these things, you never know. Now, did Johnny Cochran do that completely pro bono, no fee whatsoever, or did Johnny Cochran say, "I'll represent you. I want 15% of the settlement. They're going to pay out their fucking asses." You know, like you don't know with these kind of things with lawyers. So, and not to say that's bad, even if he did that, because I think they settled for millions and millions of dollars. But you came
across his desk, and he was like, "No, I only do pure evil." That's like, the problem. But if he just saw some money, it's like, well, all right. He received $8.75 million. In Cochran, it went away too quick.
So
he didn't do it pro bono.
He received $9 million, and most likely in scenarios like that, the lawyer does not work for a set fee; they work for a percentage of the settlement. So, that's good. He helped Abner Louima get the money that he deserved, but also I wouldn't say it's like makes him good or bad. You know, he made money off it. He was working.
Right. I mean, it's a pretty cut. So, Anthony,
this is going to be a side note, but when you have a team of lawyers, like OJ had a team of lawyers, they should all have to wear the same suit. You know,
Yes.
like an actual sports team or a wrestling tag team for sure.
I would argue jerseys or fandangled underwear. You know, like they should come out like wrestlers, no shirts on. They come in with a little, like with those little underwears that say, Team OJ, right? They come in they're a team. You got to come out to fireworks.
Well, not to mention, I would one up this and say, even if you don't have a team, even if you have one lawyer, the defense and the prosecution must wear different colors so that I can know while they're walking around the court making their speeches, who am I rooting for here? You know what I mean? What are you trying to get at? And this would not just aid the casual observer. I guarantee you there's been times when someone on the jury is just going, man, this trial's been going on like 12 days. There's 35 people talking. Yeah. I don't know what that guy's trying to get at. I don't know who he's for, what he's trying to do. Why doesn't he have on the pinstripes? You know what I mean? Like it's.
I tell you what, people. Go ahead, Anthony.
The prosecution dresses like angels and the defendants like devils.
I tell you this: anytime I go into a court where I got to do jury duty, I tell them straight up, I'm voting guilty no matter what this case is. So I don't got time to pay attention. I got ADD, so I'm doing guilty. So if you want me on here, you better be the people on the guilty team because I'm doing guilty. I'm flipping a coin at the end of this thing.
Just go for any reason you shouldn't be on the jury. And you go, because I don't believe in innocence. We're all guilty of something. Do you no matter what, I have to vote guilty.
Do you know what's really funny about that? I literally got off jury duty the one time. There was another time, but I just didn't go and nothing happened. But the one time I did jury duty, I got off because it was like some bullshit drug charge, and the kids were super young, man, super young, being tried as adults. It was like a 16 and 17-year-old. And the judge was like, is there any, come up, speak to me privately if you feel there's any reason you can't be on this jury. And it was literally the opposite of what you just said. I just went up to him and I go, I don't know, man, these guys seem real young. I'm voting innocent. And he goes, you got to go by the facts of the case. And I go, nah, I can't do that. They're like kids. I'm doing innocent. And I was like, all right, you can go home. And I was like, great. Good luck.
See you tomorrow. I'm coming back. You don't tell me to come home. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to say, listen, guys, I want to be the foreman. Is it called the foreman? The guy who gets to talk?
Yeah.
I said, listen, I want to be the foreman, but only if I get to ham it up. Okay?
Yeah.
Because not enough of these guys are hamming it up. I want to be the foreman, and I want to come out, and I want to just say, Your Honor, the child is guilty of being too damn innocent. Get out of here, you son of a bitch! And send him home.
Well, I would say maybe set it up with a couple of jokes, before you get to the big punchline where he's released something like, Your Honor, we've got, sorry to report, we've got a hung jury. But you know what? Any jury I'm on is hung. I got a huge old hog. Anyway, next joke.
Hung jury, more like a gay jury. Look at Jerry in that stupid pink shirt. How you doing? What's this guy's name?
I love the idea of a foreman who stands up on behalf of all the jurors and pulls out his own microphone.
Yeah. Foreman, I'm one man.
Hey, I don't go to your court and shit in your mouth. Leave me alone, you old bitch. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd love to be the foreman. You don't talk the whole case, and you go, "I'll be the foreman." And then when you go up, you do your Eddie Murphy. You come in a leather suit. You do your full 45-minute raw.
Yeah,
saying that thing. You're dancing around. Guilty. Ooh, she is a guilty. Just do the whole thing. That's what I would do.
Yeah, man. You roast the room.
Yeah.
You're gonna let Janice decide on something. She can barely decide on her lunch. You gotta see what this girl eats every day.
Yeah.
And Ted's a racist. What?
Yeah.
He was like, what? Yeah, man, look at him. Ted's like, man, leave me alone. Anyway, we were supposed to talk about something else, but I interrupted us with cannibalism.
Well, you had some great
cloning.
You have some great info on the world of dog cloning.
Yeah, that's what I also like to do, is to give you guys a topic and then jam another topic you're not prepared for, and then just see what we can do, right? Like, see what we can do. Well, I read this thing that they're cloning dogs. That you can clone a dog, which I thought was wild, because, like, you can't clone people, but you can clone. Like, so if your dog is going to die, you can, or your dog does die, you send it to this cloning factory, and they send you back. They send you back a new dog of your old dog. And what they say is it's like the same temperament and shit. But I also don't know, man. They could just be sending anybody a dog, and who the hell knows? But I don't know, man. How come cloning a dog is good and cloning a person isn't? Brendan said that in the text, but I think it's a good point to start. Is this how we do topics now? I bring them up awkwardly like this.
Great job. Now,
first you brought it up screaming.
I have a couple of
cloning dogs over there.
Fucking dogs.
I have a couple of points on this that I'll get out of the way real quick. First of all, we obviously know the first successful cloning allegedly was Dolly the sheep. But that, man, if you're going to clone something, you got to clone something for the first time.
Right.
You got to clone something that they don't all look the same. Because we have no proof that you cloned it. I've never seen a sheep that I can tell from a different sheep.
Right.
Yeah, sure, you fucking cloned it. Yeah, look, you cloned 800 of them. You cloned every sheep in the world. What do you give a shit? Look, I cloned an ant.
Cheese Dolly's eating. We all know Dolly loved cheese.
Every
sheep loves cheese, you rat fuck.
Yeah. And then second of all, on the dog front, this is what I would say. All right, look, I get it. You want a dog with you love your dog. You want a dog with the exact genetic makeup of your dog. But fucking who cares? Just, first of all, I'm sure nobody's doing this with a mutt, because the people that have the money to do this are the people with those purebred fucks, those French poodle or whatever. Just get the same type of dog. They're all inbred for hundreds of years anyway. It's basically the same DNA. You just buy another one of those dogs. It's going to look the same. It's going to be just as different as the clone might be, because you can have the same genetics, but maybe somebody slapped it in the head when it came out. All of a sudden, you got a whole different life. The butterfly effect. Anyway, Anthony, I turn the table to you.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask, if you clone one of these dogs, do they come out and they know all the tricks of the other dog, or that has to be retaught?
They just have the same temperament for the most. It's the same baseline, but you got to reteach them. You know, he could, God knows trauma could be, nature versus nurture type stuff happening. But that's the answer to your question.
Right. So to elaborate on that, my understanding of cloning, and I could be wrong, all it means is basically what Greg said. It just will have the exact same DNA. That's all it means. Its DNA will be identical. So it's essentially an identical twin. Yeah, you're getting a twin to your dog.
Anthony, do you have more on that, or did you just had one question? It's fair if you did. If you just had one question.
Yeah, I just kind of had the one question. Now I'm wondering, because the Dolly the sheep, that was years ago.
Yes,
they were cloned. So now this is a recent story about dog cloning. So this is new in the cloning world.
Well, I think this
isn't news. This is just a website I found that you can just do this.
Yeah, and my guess is
okay.
My guess would be, and Greg has done the most reading on this, but my guess is the new angle here is that they've commercialized it. I imagine since Dolly, they've essentially had the technology and it's probably improved, but now they've commercialized it to the point where you can send your dogs whatever. I don't know what you have to send in is blood sample.
It tells you have to wrap the dog in a cold towel, like kind of freeze it and send it out. Like there are instructions on the website, which are dogs.
Yeah, that's if the dog passes away before you're able to send the dog. You freeze it and get a tissue sample. It's very dark, this explanation.
Let me tell you, Anthony, if you're a dog and all of a sudden you see your master start sending you off to the cloning thing, you're like, hey man, am I gonna die soon? It's like, I don't know, man. You seem to be prepping for something dark. Here's the thing. Mike brought us a picture of two cats, a cat and a dog, and I gotta be honest, they didn't look anything like each other. If you're gonna be the cloning website, you have to have two dogs that look exactly the same, so I can see what I'm working with here.
Yeah, exactly. Prove it.
Yeah.
What is it? English brochure?
Those are two cloned animals.
Right. No, we get that. But what Greg's saying is, if you want a brochure, put the original next to they're doing fucking horses? Jesus.
Do the horse next to the dead horse. So you see this dead horse? Look at this live horse. It looks just like him.
Just like him.
Good point, man.
Horse makes sense because you get the horse racing aspect. You want that, right? You make money. That's where the mob comes in. You know what I mean?
Right, sure.
Let me ask you this now. Go ahead, Anthony.
Well, I thought this was because the website. I browsed through the website a little bit, and it said that they clone dogs, they do cats, they do horses, but then they also do pets, which it's a little open ended and strange, you know.
What do you mean? I mean, I feel as though those could all be pets. You're saying we do all these other animals, but also we'll do your pets, which are also these animals, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The vagueness of pets leads me to believe that they're doing some seedy things.
Oh, good. That's a great point. Like, whereas you could call them and say, like, that's how you get around the law, right? Where you're like, hey, I got this pet.
Yeah.
Do you care what he is? No. Okay.
Oh, yes.
He's his name's Timothy. He lives in my basement. He's about 5'1", 13 years old. Don't worry about what he is. Do you do pets?
Well, that's the thing that I think every place, every good restaurant has an off menu thing, right? So I get you roll up to these people and you go, hey, how about I give you a couple grand extra and you bring back my dead brother?
Yeah.
You know, like, can you do that? I got the body. I wrapped it in a towel. It's in the trunk. Just say, look, no one look. Just put it through your cloning machine. You know, maybe I dress them like I got an old Tigger costume. I could throw him in. You say you don't know the whys there. We tell you it's a tiger. You bring back my dead brother, whom I miss terribly. Why won't you do it?
Let me just and Greg, I hate to just distract from that, because I enjoyed it, but Mike pulled up the goddamn menu. To get your dog cloned, it's $50,000. Fuck you, $50,000. Get a different dog. What are you doing? There's dogs without homes.
Rich. Yeah, but this is for the mega rich who can't deal with anything. So they're like, I need Poofy back. My life is nothing without Poofy, as my family has never shown me love. They've only given me cash. Well, I would say this. My brother's going through a real hard time because his dog Wesley is getting old. He's getting real old. You go, Joe, how old's Wesley? He'll go 4. And you go, his dog is close to 20. And I don't know how you're going to handle this when he dies.
He's like a female actress.
Yeah. I will tell you that not only when Wesley dies, which I'm very sad about, we all be sad, I will be giving Joe 5 more Wesleys. I'm just going to clone him 5 times. Now you got 100 Wesleys. And he told me, he was like, yeah, he'd love it. You'd give him 100 of them.
Yeah. I think this is what you're saying. This is the kind of place where 50 grand is a lot to clone a dog. And I don't know that they're getting so much business to keep the lights on. So I guarantee these people are like, look, man, I'll do it on the side. Yeah. $20, right? I'll come in midnight on Saturday. I'll turn the lights on.
Yeah. Come into the back.
Some examples of their pets if you want to see them.
Oh, yeah, sure. Please, Mike.
I also feel like the high price tag has to be like, they probably do a lot of refunds because it probably doesn't go right every time. You know what I mean? Where they're just like, fuck, dude, sorry, here's your money back. Your thing's head is backwards.
Why does my sloth know English?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Spock is just a man. There's just a man in that picture.
Yeah, that's Dr. Spock.
I like I say with this sort of thing, I've got respect for you if you go low budget. Like, I was walking around, years ago, I was doing the Tampa Bay Improv, and I'm walking around that little neighborhood there with a bunch of roosters running around, by the way, if you haven't been there. They got roosters all over the goddamn place. But anyway, I'm walking around the neighborhood and walk by the fire station. I go, that fucking fire station's dog doesn't move that much. Keep walking, stuffed. They stuffed their dog. Now that's what you do. That's not a lot of money. You go to a taxidermist, you pay him $600. He stuffs your dog. There you go. Get a new dog. You still got that other dog. Put him out front on nice days.
You're good. Just as soon as he dies, you save that brain, you freeze it, you put it in a stuffed dog. It's still alive.
Yeah,
you put some real blood into that thing. Let me tell you this about one-eyed Jacksters. I don't want to know what that is. Why would you clone a one-eyed dog? That just seems like you're bringing it back for an immortal hell. You're just like, I was ready to die. I'm a one-eyed dog. And they say, we're bringing you back and back and back. This is fucking that Tom Cruise movie all over again. The end of darkness. His life. Sorry.
I bet too, where they go, they bring that one-eyed Jackster back. And the guy goes, yeah, my dog didn't have one eye. And they
Yeah.
go, sure he did.
Yes, he did.
And they have to scoop the eye out of the real dog to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, we messed up, but we got to cover this thing somehow, and we're just going to gaslight these people into believing their dogs always had one eye.
Yeah, just bring them back. I'll fix that. They just shove some other eye, and the dog's got some whirly-bird-eye in there.
Or just like try and put some lipstick on it, like, all right, I know your dog did have 2 eyes, but have you ever heard of Odin? That guy was pretty big time. Now, for those of you listening to the audio only, there was Mike brought up some pictures of some of the clones, and one person had their one-eyed dog cloned, which seems almost cruel. And
Clone the eye first. Clone the eye. Give the dog 2 eyes,
right,
and then clone the whole dog.
right.
Sorry.
No, I don't know why you would apologize for that. So, Mike, let's say we might as well plug these fuck faces. For anyone out there with 50 grand or I don't know. First of all, I don't know why. It seems like you're just working with the DNA, right? So it seems crazy that a dog is 50 grand and a cat is $35,000. Like, why is that different? Why? Don't tell me there's a different amount of work involved. Don't fucking tell me there's 15 grand more work involved than doing a dog. But Mike, what are these guys called in case any of our viewers want to clone an animal?
They are called Viagen, and this is the process right here.
So it's a lot like vegan and vagina. I think that's really what it is. Yeah. The process is you biopsy for cell, transfer cell into egg, fusion cell. Yeah. See, transferred clone embryo into surrogate mother, normal pregnancy and birth. See, that's why I would say that this is probably why it's more expensive, because if you're doing a horse, you got to have a horse on deck, right? Because you got to fill that horse up with old clone one, right?
Yeah.
Or you just get one of them legless horses and you attach it to some kind of brain machine, have it hanging in the back, and that's just your pregnancy machine, like a goddamn anime hell.
Yeah, that's what people want in their house. Some kind of a horror movie come to life.
Viagen has just a bunch of living, breathing vaginas, animal vaginas that give birth to your new clone animals.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, this is like a comic book front business for something supremely evil going on behind the scene. Like this is suspect all around. Viagen, even the name Viagen. Like,
and the 6-step process is what threw me.
Yeah.
It simplified cloning so much where it was just like, I mean, I guess I could do this. There's gotta be so much more involved than what they're saying. What's even the point of simplifying it to that degree? So you can explain this to confused faces, neighbors that are like, oh, that's easier than I thought.
There's more steps in lasagna.
Well, man, 6 steps is even annoying for me. I'm like, can't I just send you the body? How about 1 step? I mail you the dead body, you send me back pooch.
Yeah, I thought you just 3D print this thing.
Man, yeah, I would do it. I would say the weird scenarios, back to Brennan was saying, with you show up to this cloning thing, the guy comes to the desk and he's you. And then you're just like, what's happening here? And then you're like, we didn't think we'd see you again. Yeah. And you have a real freak out session.
Sure. Or the guy comes to the desk and it's Boba Fett.
Now my man is trying to talk to me like I want to talk to.
So wait, can we go? So going back to Dolly the sheep, that was for science or agriculture. Is that why that was done? And this is like commercial use.
I believe that was just proof of the technology, of the science. I think, and I don't know. It could be that methodology is used for all I know, they could be cloning cows that are known as good milk producers. They could be using that. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but
this was setting when they cloned Dolly. They were like, we're going to cure cancer. We're going to save children. And it's like, and in 30 years, where are they? Oh, Paris Hilton gets to keep her little rat dog for a few more years. That's what it evolved into. Rich people jerking each other off.
Yeah. Yeah,
like none of the good stuff. Well, we didn't realize that the religious people would get in the way of stem cell research and keep us from saving children at St. Jude's. So now we just have to do this with fucking shitty people and their stupid snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder where, because you brought that up with horse racing. I wonder where the people at horse racing draw the line with that. Because I'm sure they try to sneak in, you know what I mean? They're like, like the great horse dies, and then you know it's or this horse is cloned, and they're I guess the horse racing commission is like, I don't know, man, that looks a lot like Tugboat Dan. That runs. Yeah, I wonder what the rules are there.
This would be my guess if I had a guess, and I don't know. My guess would be that cloning a horse does not either A, it's fully illegal and they test for it, or B, cloning a horse does not necessarily mean the horse will be as fast as its originator, because otherwise, because the horse racing world is so built on like putting horses out to stud and breeding fast horses with other fast horses, and there's so much money in it that if cloning worked, they just do that. They just take the fastest one. Yeah, they just clone that forever. So either A, it doesn't work, or B, it must be tested for and illegal. I don't know the answer. Mike has an answer.
The move, though, before Mike gets into this, is I say you go to that cloning place and you go, look, a four-legged horse is fast. You can throw on 2 extra legs. Give me a stretch horse on this one. Give me a 6-legged horse.
Yeah, we'll hide him under the tail.
Yeah. I like a 1.5 horsepower model. Mike, what is the answer on that there?
So all the thoroughbred and quarter horse races, which are the main ones, do not allow cloned horses. However, Arabian horse races and equestrian sports and Olympic sports do allow for cloned horses.
Olympic, you said?
Yes.
So is it Olympic horse racing, or is it like polo or something? Like
it's like that jumping shit,
all of their sports that involve horses.
Wow.
It's mostly, I think, the Olympics. It's that jumping shit where they trot around and jump, and it's like style points. They look like assholes the way these horses walk.
Yeah,
you could have like a century-long dynasty just based on like recloning these same prize, gold medal winning horses.
This is sorry, Anthony, I got distracted as you were talking because
it's okay.
When I tell you what I'm interrupting you with, you don't want to be my friend anymore. I couldn't listen to you because in my mind was saying, I wonder if putting roller skates on horses is illegal. It's like maybe get a roller skating horse. Can you just tell me what you said again? Because I'm so sorry. My ADD went wild.
No, it's okay. No, I was saying just based on what Mike said about that it's legal in the Olympics, that you could just have this dynasty based on like one successful horse.
Right. That's like also it's like the Olympics they're always ripped off, like they're bad people, they're corrupt.
Corrupt. People are all
corruption. I bet big cloning got in there quick.
Yeah, quick. Yeah. If you think the East Germans aren't cloning women swimmers, you're fucking out of your mind. Now, Greg, with your roller skating observation, I got to tell you, just a tremendous YouTube video I saw. Anthony's not so much in the YouTube game. Me and Greg, we're big YouTube browsers. We like to watch the videos. This guy, and it wasn't a comedy video. This guy fully thought this was a thing that might work. Are you familiar with the modern kind of track surface? It's that sort of rubberized. It's kind of
softer on the knees. I love it.
It's softer on the knees. It's like that rubberized stuff. This guy goes, today, I'm going to try to break a 4-minute mile on rollerblades. And I thought he was going to like be on like a roller rink. Yeah. Nope. Rubber track. The guy ran a 19-minute mile on those rollers. You can't, and he was dead serious and thought it was a possibility. He literally thought he could put rollerblades on, go on one of those tracks, and be faster than a runner. And he was so fucking slow. And he was just like, turns out it's impossible. And it's like, no, man, you got to try it on a street or something, because I think it's possible.
Yeah, get out of the sand. You know how they do like these, these things of like, steampunk, where they like add technology to like things that are old. I wonder if they don't ever do that with like I don't know. I guess the image of just having a horse with someone strapping rockets on it, like a rocket-powered horse. He just breaks his knees and falls on his face. It just was a funny image in my mind, and I thought, these rocket-powered horse, flying horse. So we're trying to do. You don't ever put wings on a horse,
Pegasus.
Right. I mean, genetic wings. I'm talking about like I'm talking
the real world,
brothers being like. let's put some feather wing, let's do some metal wings on a horse and ride him off a cliff and see if we can glide.
Well, that's the luck with the Wright brothers getting out early. You know what I mean? It's like, who knows where they were headed, and just completely ruin their legacy with like dedicating the latter half of their life to wings on horses,
gliding horses.
Yeah.
Well, I also think like those guys, those sort of like Island of Dr. Moreau guys who are interested in that sort of thing, must be very frustrating for them where they're like, hey, hold on a second, man. I'm not allowed to fucking put wings on a horse, but Viagen over here is just cloning one-eyed dogs left and right. No goddamn questions asked. Fuck you. If we're doing animal stuff, then it's free reign.
Right. Yeah, I bet you on Viagen in the small print it probably just says no wings. We can't add wings to anything. Stop asking.
Yeah.
I do love too, because Viagen, it's a Chinese company, right?
Well, I tell you this, it ain't American.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's
offshore somewhere.
It's in China. I just love the idea of what you can and can't do in China. In terms of like we can't have cable, but we can clone a horse.
Yeah.
Odd world it is.
Yeah. You can have a free life. But dude, if you got science experiments, we are here for you.
Yeah. It also fully could be just collecting dead animals for free scam. You know what I mean? Like you could send old Fluffy in and never hear back, and they're selling a cat pelt, you know, over there. They're making dog shirts.
If you think I'm not starting a website where I'll clone your turtles and you just send me a dead turtle and I just send you a turtle I bought at the turtle store and charge you $50,000, that's definitely a move I'm going to try.
He's a dead ringer for Pokey.
Yeah.
You've done it again, Greg. We should probably wrap up.
Is that right?
Again, we do really want to thank all of those patrons who came out last Friday for the live show. It was such a blast. And if you want to get involved in that sort of thing, check out patreon.com/Rad DudeCast. Follow us on all platforms at the Rad DudeCast. We're putting up some fun clips and stuff like that. And then if you want some merch, we've got banging merch this week. I'd say get yourself a nice T-shirt with Greg. The Eric Bergstrom made some great art for Greg. Get yourself that T-shirt this week. Teespring.com/stores/Rad DudeCast. I want to plug that this Friday and Saturday, I will be at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington, Indiana. I see the floor.
Do we want to let them know about the bonus?
Oh, God. Yeah. God, good. Gee, Nelly. Yes. For those of you that are $15 subscribers to the Patreon tier, later this week, the Supreme special ep will drop, and there's a little homework you need to do before that. It will be an in-depth breakdown review, make fun of the movie Swiss Family Robinson. So you're going to want to watch that before you do it. It's available on Disney Plus or wherever you steal your movies from. Now, important note, I didn't know this. There is a 1940s version of Swiss Family Robinson. We're not doing that. We're doing the 60s version. We all watched as kids. So we will be watching the Swiss Family Robinson and breaking it down in depth, however long that may take in a special episode.
We're not going to watch it with them, right?
No, it's not a watch along. This one is not a watch along. And we're not saying watch alongs are off the table for future. This is if you want to be up to date with what we're talking about, check out the movie that we all watched as kids. It's the 1960s version. It's on Disney Plus, and you could probably steal it on the web. Who knows? But we will. That will drop later this week. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, and then March 3rd, I'll be at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
I think it ain't. I don't know. Yeah. Go ahead, Greg.
No, nothing. I just also argue that like you probably don't need to watch it too. I would suggest to watch it, but we'll make it fun enough for everyone to watch it. Because I'll be honest, I'm telling you I'm going to watch it. I've never seen it. I might just try to read a Wikipedia page. And
you'll like it. You will like it. No, I'm fine with you doing that, but I think
I would love to watch it. There's nothing more that I would rather do than watch this movie and talk about it. But when 6 p.m. in the morning rings and we're ready to do this podcast, and I go, holy shit, Greg, you forgot to watch it. I'm just saying that might happen, but we'll try to make it listenable and everybody for everybody too. So if you don't have it, we'll explain a lot of it. It'll just be fun, I'm sure.
And a little behind the curtain there for you aficionados. We do record this podcast on the dot of 6 p.m. in the morning. So
still early for me, man. Still early for me, brother. I do late nights. I gotta do late night experiments every night, and that's why I gotta wake up early.
Gregogen.
Gregogen. All right, so we'll see you guys later.
Hey, this goes out to all you $10 and $15 tier members. Thank you so much for your support. And as a little gift to you, we are going to give you your custom Rad DudeCast name. Feel free to use this on wherever you want on your credit card statements. We don't care. Anyway, Joshua Burmeister, or as I like to call him, JB Smooth.
These are nicknames, right? We're giving them nicknames?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure. All right, we'll get through it quick. We'll do them. All right, big shout out to my main man, Spencer Carlson, old Speeny the Weenie. But Speeny the Weenie, you mean, Dean? Take the whole thing.
Oh, man. Oh, who's next? Zach Kramer. I'll tell you what I like about Zach. This guy's never met a piece of twine he didn't like.
Good nickname. And I'd like to thank Griffin at the $15 level, or as I like to call him, the House of Gryffindor. Harry Potter, welcome aboard. You're in. Fuck Hufflepuff.
Shout out to Tony, that tone-deaf son of a bitch. He'll walk into a job interview and just not read the room. You, Tony, tone-deaf. You stop saying the N-word in job interviews.
Next up, we got Mark, M-A-R-C. Wow, I can't believe... I thought Mark was still in prison. I'm glad that he's out.
I think these are nicknames, Anthony, but feel free. Feel free.
Big thanks to Mike Paybill Cahill. The guy will pay any bill he sees. Send him his way.
Oh, and I want to come out with Sarah... No last name, but I'll call her Sloman. Sarah the Sloman Shields. Nothing protects you like Sarah Sloman. Get it, girl.
Next up, we've got Kira, K-I-R-A-H.
Yeah, spell them all out.
Man, wow, last time I saw Kira, we split a Greyhound like a plate of fries. 50-50 on a dog to raise. I get her on days, even days, she gets her on off days, and it seems to work out for everybody.
Huge thanks to Eric S., who's coming in at the $25 per month level. You know what that S stands for. Sex with my wife, you're allowed.
Oh, we're going out of the creek, the old river, to find that body I thought floated away. It's back, and that's Tom Dawson's Dead Body Creek. Thanks, Tom, for your pledge, and thanks for helping me find that body.
So next up, we got Matt, M-A-T-T. Oh, Matt, I know Matt. His full name is Matt Thematics. But I guess he's changed it because of licensing problems.
And then a $10 a month subscriber, Tomas Saracen. Maybe Thomas, but if it was, it's now Tomas. But if it was Tomas, it's now Thomas. Get that? I flipped it. Either way, that's your nickname.
Oh, this next son of a bitch, I knew this would happen to me. A last name that seems almost impossible to read. Nolan Retzleff. That's a bunch of consonants in a row. The TZL, no one's doing. That's why I call you the originator of Singinator. You're the original Nolan. Just call you the original Nolan because no one's doing the TZL move. And God bless you, the original Noel. Thanks for coming in and dropping some cash.
Oh, next up is Corey Walker. Corey, I met Corey in a chat room for sheriff badges, and this guy's got more sheriff badges than anyone in the country, and he seems to think that's why he's been single this whole time, but it's not that. He smells like the inside of a badger's mouth.
Big big thank you coming out to Jarrett Smallwood, or as I know him, Jarrett Not So Smallwood. Huge cock on that fella.
Oh, this guy got charges. He dips charges. It's the Sex Wex. We call him Evan Wexler or the Sex Wex. You know that you're in the bad business if the Sex Wex is looking at you with weird googly eyes.
Next up, we got Patrick Delaney. This guy's family owns so many Irish bars up and down the Philadelphia coast. And fun fact about him, most of his family died in Prohibition.
Hey, shout out to my man Jason Dingleberry. Come on, did you think you were going to get any other nickname?
Oh, I'll tell you the story. It's no last name Corey. The old boy who doesn't know his family, he doesn't know anyone. He's a man of mystery. No last name Corey. And I'm sorry, I couldn't give you a better name, Corey.
So next up, we got Heidi, Heidi, and little thing about Heidi, she's married to Seal.
He got divorced.
Huge thank you to Ryan. This ain't Pantera, Matera. A lot of people come out to see him and are disappointed because he's not Pantera.
Oh, Alex Sedlak. What did he say? He said lack, and I said, "What does that even mean?" And he went, "You don't know about lack? It's a thing you put on wood so that it'll shine better." Oh, he said lack. That's what he said. Lack.
So next up, we got Siren, Siryn, and I know who this is. This is the queen of the Rad DudeCast.
Yes, you get that name. You've earned it. I agree. Dorothy Alzewski, and that's just somebody's mother.
Hey, Anthony, I want to do a switcheroo with you. I want to do Jamie if you want to take Matt. Only because Jamie Naylor, this guy's been around since the beginning. I named a podcast episode after this guy. He's got one of the original names in the Jamie Naylor, because it was like, who's he fucking, man? He's going to nail her. He's got an original name for us, so I got to give him a double name, which is Jamie Nailed Him, because he's a sexual beast.
That sounds good, man. Looks like you got him. So for me, I got Matt Walters. What you need to know about Matt Walters is that's not really Matt Walters. That's an image plucked from the internet, and this is the lady who's our host Turning Point on ABC.
Great program. Great program.
Huge shout out to $15 Patreon Charlie. What in tarnation tarn? Or something to do with yarn, if you prefer knitting. You know, Charlie the yarn tarn. Either one. Take them as they come.
This next one, Joey Federley. I knew a guy named Joey Federley in high school. Maybe I'll nickname this guy Fetz. What we did? Hey, Fetz. You don't get a name. You get a kick in the balls, you old dirty son of a bitch. That's Fetz, right? Isn't that just Fetz?
Yeah, that's Fetz. Fetz, also known as Fetz the Jet. He told me that in gym class. He said, "Get that going."
All right, Fetz, we'll officially get it going. That's Fetz. You're now Fetz the Jet.
And next up, we got
$25 member for Fetz the Jet, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a friend. He's trying to help me out.
What'd you say? Yeah, that's just a family gift.
Yeah. He's doing whatever he can to make sure that I'm able to pay my rent. That's just a good guy. Reed Kelly. Oh, man. Well, Reed Kelly, that's not his original name. Reed Kelly got in so much trouble for peddling illegal iguanas down St. Augustine. His actual name is Kelly Reed, but he's been on the lam for years. And he's not a man. That's a woman.
What we'll do is switch the first and last name.
And the FBI will never get to the bottom of that. This guy, $15 per month. Thank you, William. No last name, but I know your last name. It is Tell. William Tell. Shot an arrow off your daughter's head, you dirty fuck.
Max Raz Liebman. I love someone who's going to marry. You know, they were like, there was a fight. It's like, whose last name are we taking? Are we taking Liebman? We were like, come on. Raz is the last name we want. So he was like, they did a double. They counted the Max Raz Liebman. That's a great fucking name. So let me give you another one. I'll call you old Max Raz Leadman. We're going to switch the B to a D, and now you're just the old Leadman. Max Raz Leadman. Thanks for your money.
No, we have $15 tier. We got Giovanni Moreno, and everybody knows this guy's nickname, Big Daddy Wi-Fi.
A classic member of the Rad DudeCast community is Mexican Giovanni. We're going on to another $15 per month guy, Mason. Don't tell me the law, because I know the fucking law. Mason the Lawman, or Mason Jar. Actually, I'm going to go with Jar. Mason Law, your nickname is now Jar.
Oh, I seem to get all the BHS alumni. I'm getting all the friends who think we're not doing well, so they send us money a month. Taco. Look, Taco man, look, you come on, what am I gonna do? Thanks Fets and Taco for sending us money a month that I feel like we should just send it back to you, but we love you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Next up, we got Cameron Meyer, another guy coming in at the $25 tier. He may be known in Texas as Cameron Meyer, but down in the Northwestern Territory of professional wrestling, they call him the Hobo Sand Snake.
$10 a month. Thank you so much, Ted Troxell. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to break the news to you. Troxell's dropped. Your last name is now Talk. So that's Ted Talk.
Dylan. Oh, I just got a Dylan and no last name. I'll say Phil and Dylan, because he's great at going to a soda store and putting all the pop in one cup and sneaking it out. Thanks, Phil and Dylan, for filling the Dylan.
Next up, $15 a month, Ramon Santiago. And everybody just calls this guy the Weatherman.
Nice. And coming in again at a $15 monthly subscription, we thank you so much, is Corey. Don't touch my chode. Actually do. Goad.
My God, this podcast has more fucking Corys. We have the most
Rich in Corys. Yeah.
We are rich in Corys. Is it me?
Yes.
Oh, right. Oh, Robert Perdam. Robert always says, you don't know if this is like a family fact. His family was known for building dams, and they would ask a very high asking price. And he would say, well, it's $1 million per dam. So eventually they just said, let's just shorten it. We'll call him Robert per dam instead of calling him Robert 1 million per dam. But I'm going to bring you back to your old school name. Your now name is Robert 1 million per dam to keep it old school.
Next up on the $15 level, we got Charlie Frank. A little bit about Charlie Frank. This guy's in a heated legal battle for years with Charlie Brown's. Charlie Frank's is a high-end shrimp restaurant that's been trying to go after Charlie Brown's for the name. It can be only one Charlie's.
Coming in at $15 per month. Thank you so much to my favorite folk singer and yours, Andrew Cat Stevens.
Man, Chris Livingston. I just like that as a real name. Chris Livingston, that's like a very hey, I'm Jimmy Hollywood, right? But it's a Lester Hollywood. It's Livingston, New Jersey, that is known for St. Barnabas Hospital. So your new name is St. Barnabas Chris.
$25 a month. We thank you, Chris, very much.
Next up, we got David Zarella, $15 a month. And everybody knows David Zarella is the pepperoni king of Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Everyone knows it.
And at the $15 level, of course, we got Andrew, no last name, and his name is the A. His name is A.
Fair enough.
And we'll get back to more names next week, baby. More custom nicknames or stories if you happen to fall on Anthony's turn. Elaborate backstories.
The Rad DudeCast is hosted by Anthony DeVito, Brendan Eyre, and Greg Stone. Original music by Brian Zippert. Produced by Mike Suarez. Executive producers Brendan Eyre, Greg Stone, and Anthony DeVito. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly. for the Laugh Button Podcasts.